I'm still trying to wrap my mind around this. I'm not even sure if I would say there would be an appeal, because for Sean Combs and his defense team, this is a massive win. 3 of the counts that had a life sentence possibility are gone. When it comes to transportation to engage in prostitution, the minimum is nothing. There's a theoretical possibility that he walks out on probation. Now, do I think that's going to happen? No, but the max is 10 years. Even if you were to take both sentences, and he's not going to get 10 years, they're going to look at his criminal history, mitigating circumstances, aggravating circumstances, and I would assume that he gets somewhere in the middle ground, maybe like 3 to 5 years, 3 to 6 years, possible through that sentencing range for each count. Sean Combs going to trial where he was facing life and being able to walk out with something under 10 years, well under 10 years possibly, that is a victory. Will he appeal? Sure, that's his right to do so, but I don't see an appeal here. I think you take this as a win, you serve the few years that you may get, and you be happy that you didn't get life. I think that they had the RICO, and I definitely didn't think they had the Jane trafficking, but this is, I think it only so many words, and I keep saying it, I think this is a positive result for Sean Combs and his team.
Man, I'm so glad Diddy free, bro. You know, the reason is because I'm tired of seeing us black moguls get took down like that, bro. And I'm tired of seeing us black people go against us black moguls like that. And I feel like if Diddy was a white man who done all this for people, you know, I know he ain't paid people, but if he done all this for hip-hop, if he was white, they would have had so many white people out there protesting for this man losing his life behind a relationship, you know. And people always, Boosie was on Diddy's side. Nah, it ain't that. It's because I'm thinking about 7 children. Y'all thinking about one person. I'm thinking about these 7 kids who been in my kid's position. Not knowing if your daddy gonna come home or not is a burden on the child. So all y'all was like, no, I'm thinking about them damn children, man. So, man, I'm glad he free, bro. You know, like I've been said, I don't feel he was guilty of nothing, you know, nothing but domestic violence, you know. But the court spoke, man, and man, I'm happy that dude children, man. I know his feeling right now, bro. I'm just happy for them children, man. So, you know, Diddy sit your ass down somewhere. That's what you need to do. Grab Stevie J and your children and get the...
And the judge said he would convene a hearing later this afternoon to determine if Combs should be released. He seemed confident, telling his family after the verdict was read, "I'm coming home, baby." And we caught up with one of his sons just a moment ago. He certainly seemed to believe also, Diane, that his father would be released on bail.
Oh, yo, it's Big Ant, the spokesman, man. We back. Another edition of Urban Politicians TV, UPTV. Make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man. Had to come tap in, and the first thing that came to my mind once I seen Boosie on the timeline speaking on the Diddy case was the old Wipe Me Down lyrics. Just left New York City, hooked up with P. Diddy, finna blow past 50. As it was not an issue with 50 and Diddy at that time or nothing like that, but you couldn't help but thinking like, dang, the music played into this as well. As 50 Cent had caught wind of this news, it went up to the gram and put up himself, man, Diddy beat the feds. He a bad man for real. As 50 Cent was making heavy predictions that Diddy was cooked. He was making predictions that his defense did not do a good job. He was making fun of his lawyer, been looking at it this whole time. Even with the lawsuit coming out before he was charged, he pretty much said Diddy was over and finished. Well, Diddy, his legal team, proved 50 Cent wrong today. Now, he has to wear this or whatever, and you know how the storyline go with the connection. Dirty Daphne, Daphne Joy Jane, that is 50 Cent baby mama, the mother of his youngest child. So this whole little thing been a little intertwined and mixed. It's been a whole little circular just chaos of just all type of wild stuff with this situation right here. As also what Boosie said, hey, I can relate to this, not with these type of charges, but my back had been against the wall before. I've had charges where I was looking at life in prison as well, and I was able to come home and be with my family and my kids. So he's looking at it that way. Now with the mogul conversations that's going on in the culture, we got to keep it a band. It do look very odd how the legal system is being used as a weapon against certain people. Now Diddy do got some wild stuff going on. Diddy, money situations, career, contracts. We've heard about all of those issues and things of that nature too. Now he got to wear that. That's the narrative with that as well. They can be factually proven, the document, however it go with that. But there is something out there right now that's just going at niggas. Let's keep it all the way 100. We see what happened with Jay-Z case. We see what happened where it got thrown out and everything like that. We see what happened recently with James Harden with that situation. Don't know all the details on it or what, but it seemed like James Harden didn't even put his hands on nothing to even sleep with nothing, but he get tied up into a lawsuit. You know what I'm saying? Then also, you had the stuff with Shannon Sharp come out. You got Tyler Perry coming out, $250 million. Smokey Robinson. We see what happened with Bill Cosby. Just the list goes on and on now where it's a lot of this going on. Was like, dang, are they really going at niggas and trying to take niggas out the game? It just make you ask your questions. But when it comes to Diddy today, he got some very good news. That is a win. A nigga that was facing life, if they would have convicted him of count 1, the RICO charges. That got this, they said not guilty on that. That was where the arson was going to play in that. All the other predicate things that they was going to go into that, they said nah. Now the 2 counts they found him on was strictly the prostitution, and the way that they worded it, the way that they put together, that's the way what I was telling people, like, hey, they worded this in a way and used the language and the verbiage to say, hey, we're going to connect Cassie and Dirty Daphne with this. Nasty Cassie and Dirty Daphne, they both have their names in 2 counts each out of the 5. So that's 4 of them 2 total where, hey, they don't find them guilty on the sex trafficking of them, but they are tied into the prostitution situation because they said Diddy paid these sex workers, these guys that came in and testified in front of the jury. I was paid to do sexual acts to perform for Diddy. Did this for the guys that testified. We did this for Daphne. Daphne testified. Also, we did this for Cassie. And with that happening, the jury said, well, he's guilty of that. When I hear prostitution on the federal level, 10 years tops, she might say, give me a year or a year house arrest or something, because prostitution, that ain't that big a major charge. Like, niggas don't be doing, it is a federal situation, but it don't really get to that level like that. They did most definitely put all his personal business out there, hurt his brand, hurt his image, hurt his perception in the culture. We've been hearing rumors about Diddy parties and stuff like that, and I'm pretty sure that nigga is gonna stay away from partying for a while. Now, Diddy the type of nigga, when I think about it, you know, just the dances he do, take that. Brother Love is still gonna want to party. That's just who he is. But I think he just gonna keep it very clean and PG-13 from here on out. Nigga, no nigga, hey, I can't get up in my wild little freaky fantasies or nothing like that. They gonna have me under a scope no more. But hey, this is a wild situation right here. We'll see what happened with it. It's crazy because, like they said, nigga, he was in relationships with these women. Yeah, could it be abusive? Yes, could it be domestic violence? Wouldn't want women to go through these things. Don't want to see women getting beat on. We all got women in our lives, and that's not cool. But life in prison, that's what I always said from the jump. People gave me criticism for it, and I was like, nah, bro, this just ain't what I believe in. I don't think this man should be going to prison for life. They grabbed a lot of things that you could say where he broke laws at and did things at illegally, but you know, if you look through it, yeah, this can be seen as illegal, but did this mean that we put in a criminal organization as a RICO, like he's running some type of kingpin murderous scheme or something like that, where he's killing people and doing all that? I just didn't agree with that, but they make the rules. The federal government went with that choice in the Southern District of New York. Ultimately, the jury found Diddy not guilty. There's been letters being sent in that they are requesting for Diddy to not be released now and all this other stuff. People out there celebrating crazy. It's just a lot going on. We'll keep y'all updated with it. We got more coming, more videos, all at 1,000 for Shit Show. Stay on your pivot.